You're probably not going to like to hear this, but what happens when you keep reaching out to an ex when they have an avoidant attachment style and you're supposed to be in a no contact phase or they have asked for space? Well, what you're doing is if you reach out, if you keep reaching out to them, what you're saying to them is that you're still there waiting for them, you're still available, they could come back whenever they want. And that does not keep them, or that does not make them process what they can be losing if you're not in the picture. They don't get a chance to miss you. So what they're doing is just getting about their lives, knowing that whenever they're ready to come back to you, if they're ever ready, you're going to be available. So what you want to do is step back, get about your life, keep the no contact, but work on yourself during that time. So when you get back into the relationship, you don't make the same mistakes. You don't have to be responsible for some of the things that happened that you've contributed to in the past. Whatever happens that doesn't go according to how you would like would be their responsibility as well. But first you've got to first you've got to recognize what you were responsible for in the relationship and then change a few habits and behaviors. The second thing is they are going to feel disrespected. If someone asks for space and we keep reaching out, even if it's to ask, how are you doing? It keeps them, or it's possible that it can keep them in a place where they feel defensive. You know, if you've asked someone for space and they keep reaching out to you, chances are you're going to get annoyed. You're going to say, my gosh, I asked for some space. I just need some time. Why can't I get that? And so the person starts to feel overwhelmed. They start to feel annoyed. And because they're feeling defensive, they feel like they need to protect themselves, they have no chance to miss you, to think about you. Again, the best thing to do is get about your life and know that the more time you give this person, the quicker it's going to be for them to process exactly what they're feeling and make a decision of if they want to come into the relationship again and how they want to come into the relationship. And just in case they choose not to, remember it is not a you thing. We all do what's best for us, even if you've got an anxious attachment style and you're in the relationship and you're trying your best to make things work. And I'm speaking from personal experience here. We stay in a relationship, we're trying to make it work, but when it gets too heavy, what do? We start to think about we ask ourselves questions like, am I doing the best thing here for me? Am I wasting my time? Can I find somebody who would love me the way I want to be loved? We start to think of how we're going to exit. So the bottom line is we all think of ourselves at some point or the other. We do. So it's not a you thing if they choose not to come back. What you want is to step away and allow people a chance to show up for you. Let them come towards you. But the only way you get to do that too is you've got to know your value. I hope this helps.